Deputy Shane Cassells is next. Question 30, please.
Thanks very much, Cian Corlin. To ask the Minister for Education to outline the reasons for the delay in the refurbishment of the former St Mary's National School in Patrick Street in Trim, so as to enable it to accommodate the new Trim Educate Together National School at this campus, and a process that has now been ongoing for some 3 years, and for a school whose current enrolment is going to rise to 60 pupils in September, for a very healthy start-up context for this new school, and to just outline what is the hold-up in the refurbishment of this school.
Minister.
Yeah, thanks for raising that, Deputy Cassells. I wish to advise the Deputy that it is my department's intention to relocate the school in question to the property referred to in the details supplied to meet the school's permanent accommodation. That's as you say, St Mary's National School, Trim, in Patrick Street in Trim. The property in question transferred to the Minister's ownership last year. This building is a listed structure that requires extensive refurbishment to make its facilities fit for modern school purposes. In that regard, a significant financial investment will be required, and this has to be considered within the overall available capital envelope. I am not therefore in a position at this stage to indicate when the refurbishment works will be undertaken. My department will be in further contact with the patron when any further update is available. In the interim period, my department will be making arrangements to extend the school's current lease on its temporary premises until June 2018.
Deputy.
Thanks, Cian Corlin. Thanks, Minister. Minister, the parents were told when this school was initiated that their children would be in temporary accommodation for the first year only, and the school community are now facing into their 4th academic school year at the Glebe Golf Club, where they are currently housed in the Kildalkey Road, despite the divestment process having been concluded last year. And the parents were told that it would be a 14-week refurbishment, and obviously, as you said, no work has been carried out, and the Board of Management have exhausted all efforts in trying to seek clarification in respect to this. Now, the parents understand that the section of the department that approves the funding is now refusing to provide the money for the refurbishment, as they believe it's too costly, and now we're in internal disagreement with the department, who sanctioned the old convent school building. Now, it would have made more sense to check the cost and feasibility of this location, which is beside 3 other schools, before sanctioning it as a new school. And the current location is hindering enrolment numbers, which is restricting staff growth, because it's located on a country road, in the Kildalkey Road. There's no footpaths and no infrastructure. It's limiting the school choice for many parents in Trim, which, as you know, is a growing town, and are looking for these kind of choices for Educate Together. And it's going to reach its full capacity by next year. So, given the context of what's been provided by the information to the parents, Minister, that's very disappointing, because they were told it would be a 14-week refurbishment period.
Minister.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem that there is an issue in relation to the complexity of the refurbishment of a listed structure. That does seem to be an issue that's at the heart of this. I can see the Deputy's concern if the present location is not satisfactory for parents. But I suppose my department will have to be satisfied that the investment represents the best value for money and the best solution for parents and children in the longer term. So I will bring to the attention of the officials the concern that you have about the school's progress being hampered in their present location. Obviously, I don't know I know Trim well, but I don't know the precise status of the individual buildings concerned and what the level of refurbishment that is a cause of concern. But I will ask this to be reviewed in light of what the Deputy is saying.
Thank you, Minister. Deputy Cassells.
Thanks, Concola. Thanks, Minister. You're right, it's not satisfactory. They're in a golf club out the Kildalkey Road, which, as you know, is a country road. There's no footpath. It's a couple of miles out the Kildalkey Road, and that's where they're housed at the moment. 60 pupils this September. I am glad you're going to bring it to the attention of the officials, because one of the biggest bugbears has been a lack of communication between the department and Trim Educate Together National School as well, as to what's been happening, given they were under the understanding that it would be a 14-week refurbishment period. And also, you know, I spoke to the principal, Karen Riley. My office spoke to her yesterday, and she said if I have a new parent who asks how long we're going to be in our temporary accommodation and when we'll be able to move into our new permanent school, I can't answer that. Now, they were under the impression as well that there would be funding provided through the redress scheme for the development of this school and this site as well. The bottom line is there's an availability of a campus in the town that's ready to go, to be ready to move on. that provides the necessary campus facility for a growing town centre. That's where the people are, that's where the town centre is, that's where Trim Educate Together want to be, and being out a country road a couple of miles in a golf club is not a satisfactory situation for the parents, the children and the staff who want to educate their children in the Trim Educate Together school.
Minister, to conclude, please.
I think there may be a bit of a misunderstanding in relation to what the redress scheme. This, I think, was offered by an order as part of their contribution to the general redress scheme. It doesn't mean that a redress fund is available to upgrade the school. It was a contribution by the order to meet some of the commitments that they made to contribute to the cost of redress. But as I say, obviously the works involved on this particular location appear to be more complex than was first envisaged. But I will bring to the attention of my officials the concern, and I can see the point that the Deputy is making.
Thank you, Minister.